Hey guys, I am so excited about 80-Day Obsession. And if you are anything like me, you are looking to slim down the abs, grow a booty, tighten, lift it, whatever. 80-Day Obsession is just for you, and I'm so excited that you have committed to do this with me. I really wanted to go over a video on how to kind of like plan your meals, because I know that this is the question I'm going to get over and over again. And your nutrition is, 80 to 90% of your results. I want, just like Autumn has said in previous videos, you need to learn to be obsessed about, eating healthy, fueling your body properly, because with this time nutrition, you have to be on top of it. You have to plan ahead of time. And when you do that, you are setting yourself up for success. You're also going to feel great. You're going to get great results. But it's all up to you on planning ahead of time. So I want you to take, today, this weekend to, have everything planned, have everything made before we start on Monday. Because when we start Monday, it's going to be very hard for you to just kind of jump in and just kind of do it on the fly. A lot of times that's not the case. You have to have this all planned ahead of time so that you are preparing and setting yourself up for success. So my tips are to first take in, go into Beachbody On Demand, view 80-Day Obsession. All of the meal plans are there. The eating plan, even vegan options are available for vegan eating plans. Read through everything and watch every single video that is there. All of the meal plans and everything, and how to calculate, what calorie bracket you're in, how many containers you will be eating every day, is under the program materials, along with what workouts you're going to be doing every single day. We do not have any refeed meals until week 6. So just look on Beachbody On Demand. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, it has everything there. So if you have any questions after looking over all of the materials, then go ahead and ask and post in the group, because I want to help you to make sure that you are set up, you feel confident about your meal plan, you feel confident about everything that you have going on before we start on Monday. And secondly, I'm going to say this again, because I know that Autumn has said it in one of her videos that is in Beachbody On Demand for this program, is to schedule your workouts along with scheduling your meals. That's great, and like I said, that's more than 50% of the problem. A lot of the times with people is like what they're eating and what they struggle with, but you have to schedule your workouts. These workouts are going to be around the 45 to 60-minute mark, so schedule and allot a time of an hour every single day, because if you do that, then you're going to have plenty of time to get it in. And then if you schedule your workout and your time every single day, then you'll be able to plan your meals around that. And with the time nutrition, this is very new to a lot of people. If you are doing a time nutrition, that means you need to be on the T. So this brings me to meal planning, because I know a lot of us are very busy. Whether we have a family, we have responsibilities, we go to work every day, we have school, whatever that may be, that's okay. You can still make this work for you, but just be mindful that this is time nutrition. So I'm going to share my tips on how to do this, because I know that a lot of people are, getting concerned, and they're not really sure, and they're nervous about this program because of that time nutrition meal plan. And I want you to embrace it. So I know for me, there's a lot of times where I am, I don't work every single day of the week, but when I do work, I typically work 5-6 hours or maybe more. So when I do work, there's not all the time that I can take and eat every 2 to 3 hours. That's just not possible at my job. And so when it does say that your meal plan to eat every 2 to 3 hours, just know that that's going to be a guide for you. So what I want you to do, say for me, a typical day on a long day where I am working longer hours, I'm working more of a full day, like say 8 hours. So I only get one lunch break in there, which is 30 minutes. So what would I do in order to fit in this time nutrition? I plan on doing my workouts in the mornings because that is just when I'm most energized. That's when I'm the most determined. That's when I'm the most feeling my workout and to get it done. I may be tired, I may be sore, but if I don't do it in the morning and I wait until after work, I am one that will not, it'll take me forever to get it done. I will force myself to do it. I won't feel good about it. And in the morning, I'm just more motivated, more energized. And so that is my time of the day. So that for me works. So if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Maybe you're not a morning person, but like I said, you have to plan when you're going to do your workouts. If you prefer to have yours in the evening, go for it. By all means, if that's what works for you, you can still do that with this program. You do not have to wake up early like me, but that's just what works for me. So you have to know kind of what works for you. So the first week might be a little bit of an adjustment for you if you're not already used to working out. You're not really sure what is going to work for you, whether you like mornings, evenings, middle of the day, whatever it may be. On my days off, I prefer the middle of the day. I stay in bed a little bit longer, but I will say when I do work, it has to be before I go to work. That's just me. So on a day that I would have to work, how do I fit this in? So in the morning, I will get up 3 to 4 hours before I have to be at work. And I know this seems a little crazy, but this is how it is going to fit in. I get up, say I have to work at 8 o'clock. I'm going to get up at no later than 5 o'clock in the morning. That gives me at least 3 hours. If I decide that I need a little bit more time, then I'll give myself, then I will give myself 4 hours and I will wake up early. I will say that there are, is it very typical for me to wake up even before 5 o'clock, before my alarm would even go off, just because I am an early riser. So there's a lot of times that I do tend to wake up earlier, not because I want to, but it just kind of happens and then I can't fall back to sleep. So that's just how I am. But I would say I would set my alarm for 5 o'clock, get up, and I'm going to have my pre-workout meal. For me, I don't like to eat a lot in the first thing in the morning, but there are some days where I do wake up and I am super hungry and I could eat as soon as I wake up. I'm sure with this program that is going to be the case for me, so I'm going to have a bigger breakfast, which is the pre-workout meal of being a green, a red, a yellow, and a teaspoon, which for me, I love eggs, having eggs in the morning. I've come to love that every day. So eggs, spinach, oatmeal, and then a teaspoon of oil to cook my eggs and spinach. So for me, that's what works. So after that, then I'm gonna wait a little bit and I'm gonna start sipping on my Energize after I eat breakfast. If you can prep your breakfast ahead of time, like the night before, this is gonna make it super easy the next morning if you are a early riser and you are crunched for time before work and you have to still get your workout in. So first things first. So like I said, I'm gonna eat as soon as I get up or like within the first 10, 15 minutes. I'm gonna eat that breakfast. I'm gonna start sipping on Energize, have that done and finished and down by say 5:30 after I've woken up at 5. So by 5:30 I'm drinking Energize and then I'm working out by 6 o'clock. So for me, I'm gonna start working out at 6 o'clock, say it's an hour long, that takes me until 7 o'clock. I'm gonna drink Hydrate during my workout. So that takes me to 7 o'clock, which doesn't leave me a lot of time, mind you. But as soon as I am done taking and doing my workout, then the very next thing is that I'm going to drink that recovery. So this is very fast paced in the morning for me. If I woke up a little extra earlier, had an extra hour, I wouldn't be so back to back. But this is just what works for me with that time nutrition. So after my workout, immediately I'm going to make my recovery, have that with some fruit, either half a banana or maybe some tangerines. And I'm going to have that before I go to work. So this is going to be a little difficult for some people because the times in which you have everything are going to be very different. So just to recap, wake up at 5, have my pre-workout meal, start drinking Energize right after, start working out 15 minutes to 30 minutes after I have drank Energize, start drinking Hydrate and workout and immediately have my recovery. And then from recovery, I'm going to have my post-workout meal. And so typically 4 hours is ideal for this workout block, but if you only have 3, you can make it work too. So for me, and then after I go to work and I have that post-workout meal, if I have that post-workout meal, then that'll hold me over for a couple of hours until I have lunch at work. And so for me, lunch does not happen until about noon, maybe 1 o'clock some days. So if I have to be at work by 8, that gives me about 4-ish hours. But if I do get at work at 8, I can still kind of sneak in some food before 9 o'clock before we open. So that would allow me to have at least 3 hours. But that's not the case for every single person. I know that every job is different. So if that is you and you don't get, 3 hours, you can't eat every, 3 hours, that's okay. So my suggestion with that is eat something right before you go to work so that you are holding over. Your body's going to fuel that while you're at work. Whenever you do get a break or lunch, take and have something there at work that you can eat. So you are going to have to plan your meals ahead of time. And then immediately after you get off of work, take and have something to eat there too. So you're going to want something. A lot of times I'll make snacks for the way home, just so I have something on my stomach before I leave or on my way home from work. Because if I don't, and I'm on my way home from work and I see all of this fast food, I see all of the signs, everything, I'm already starting to think about what I want to eat, right? But if I have that meal in my hand on the way home, I'm less likely to pick up something from fast food or a restaurant or whatever, order takeout, because I already have my meals planned ahead of time. I cannot stress this enough because I don't want you guys to cheat yourself and, cheat yourself out of the results that you deserve. And you are going to deserve those results by all of this work that you're putting in, believe me. So don't cheat yourself. Make sure that you have a meal, all of your meals planned, but anytime that you go somewhere, say it's work or out to, hang out with someone or some people, maybe have a gathering, have at least 1 or 2 meals with you at that time so that you have them. If you're at work, take 3 meals with you, whatever works for you. Only you are going to know your schedule better than anyone else and what's going to work for you. If you have any questions or you're not really sure if, hey, should I do this? Hey, should I not? Make sure that you reach out to either your coach or myself and, ask the question here in the page, because I want to ensure that you're getting the best results, like I said. So having all of this planned ahead of time is going to make everything so much smoother for the next 80 days. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I think that's it. Oh, and then after work, I never really went over that. So if I take a snack with me to have on my way home, or have it before I leave work, or have it when I get home on my way and when I get home, then that's when my next time comes in. I'm going to wait 2 to 3 hours before I eat my next meal. Now, when you get home and you're going to have the rest of your meals that you haven't had that day, and then don't forget your recharge at night. Set an alarm if you have to, because I am one that forgets her recharge, and I've actually had extra recharge because I tend to forget it at night. Always have an alarm set on your phone. If you are one that tends to forget meals, or you need a timer on, like, hey, maybe you're home all day, maybe you don't have to have a job that is long hours or anything like that, set a timer for every 2 to 3 hours or whatever it is for you, so that you can ensure that you are fueling your body properly, you're not missing your meals, and you're also eating in the right portions. Because if you are missing your meals, chances are you're going to be more sore. Secondly, you're also not going to be fueling your body properly, so eventually you're going to feel hungry and want to either binge eat, or you are going to be very sore, very tired, very lethargic, and maybe you might be a little cranky. I'm just saying. But you don't want to miss your meals, because those are super important. It may seem like a lot of food for some people. It may not seem like so much for other people. It depends on where you're coming from and how much food you've currently been eating. So all I want you to do is calculate and follow it to a T. If you are struggling to come up with a meal plan, then let me know. But there are samples all throughout for every single program. So you have to check Beachbody on Demand with the program materials, so that you can ensure that you can follow that. She gives you a sample. So if you have nothing else to follow exactly what she put in there. That way it'll give you a guide. And then the following week, go ahead and change little things. So like instead of doing pasta, whole grain, whatever, whole grain pasta, change it to brown rice or change it to a sweet potato. You can change it out with the food list. So anything that she had written there for that container, go ahead and change it for something else if you like that better, if you prefer that. I know for me, for my first week, I'm not following what she has in there to a T. I am actually using a lot of the things that I have in my pantry already to create my meal plan, so that I don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of new things. I'm using the veggies and fruits that I already have first, and then I'm going to start using the things that I'm going to buy after I use those up. You know, this weekend I'm going to buy more groceries to cover what else I need for the this coming week, and then also the following week. So I'm going to buy for 2 weeks at a time of groceries. And other than that, I think that's it. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Like I said, check all of the program materials on there. Check out all of the videos. There will be videos uploaded every week to help you through this program as well, along with from us as the coaches. We also have, you know, myself, I'm only a part-time, and then Jessica, she's a full-time mom, and then Courtney is very full-time with being a student and being a nurse. So all of our schedules are very different, which is fine. So don't feel like you have to follow either my schedule and what I do, or you have to follow someone else, but just make sure that you're getting all of your meals in, you're following the time nutrition as close as you can, whether you're working out in the morning like me, or you're working out in the evening, or in the middle of the day. That's up to you, but make sure that you are following it as close as you can with the time nutrition, so that your meals are balanced, you're not crashing at the middle or the end of the day, and everything will go more smoothly for you. But yeah, so I'm super excited. I hope you are just as excited. I know some orders were on back order and they're taking a little bit longer to process, just because of how many people have wanted this program for so long, which is really exciting. A lot of us are going to go through this. You're going to get great results. I will also mention that I'm going to be keeping track of everyone, along with the other coaches that are in here, and we will award prizes every single week for those who stick to their plan the best, have the best results. And I have a prize for the person who has the best results when they complete the program and they get through the whole entire program. So more details to come on that later. But right now, I want you to start planning if you haven't already. Go ahead, write it all out, get it all out on paper, and then even post your meal plans that you're going to be using for this next week, or even week 2 as well. Because the more ideas that you share with each other, the more ideas that you put out there, and even just me putting mine out there helps me to stay on track, helps me to be like, okay, I put it out there, so now I got to stick to this. And that's why we have a challenge group. A challenge group just like this is to help you and help everyone stay accountable, because if you don't have that accountability, you're going to push your work off until the next day. You're going to put off your meal planning. You're going to put off your meals and you're gonna go grab a cheeseburger. It's just gonna happen if you don't have someone keep you accountable. So we are here for you. I'm ready to rock this with you guys, and I cannot wait to see the results that we are gonna have. So go ahead and get started and let me know if you have any questions. Have a great night, guys.